Hi traders, it's E from MarketWizards.com and eMoneyWizard.com, reminding traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose. Not quite 25 minutes after 6 o'clock on Sunday evening, very emotional downdraft open. So let's take a quick peek and see if we can't get our heads around this. And obviously, head in the game doesn't mean you're trading, doesn't mean that you are out there scalping every little tick, but you do want to keep your head in the game. So for those of you in our room that want to take a look, let's take a quick peek at what we've got. First reaction that I posted in the room was, remember that 1775 low, and then we have taken that out. So I'm just reacting. I'm suggesting that we're going to use that 12.5 as a huge pivot in our system. Anybody who wants long side should be using the 02 as a stop area and then trying to scalp against this huge bar that's obviously opened up and open below where I'd suggested at the end of the day on Friday use 32 support for the end of the day profit taking swing, and I had suggested at the 60s, make sure you are paid 60 to 62, and we would use the 60 to 65 as our resistance zone. So obviously that's still resistance. And in our system, this is something we like to see, the undercut low where it knocks out prior support. And we had talked about that the other day. So let's go look at a couple other charts quickly and then let you get back to your dinner. Okay, here's the widget showing the current range that I've got. And note how we gapped down and stayed under that 32. Look how perfect this 60 was for our resistance zone. And we had said we're going to use 65s back in here. But just look how that turned on a dime, pulled back down halfway back, and then we opened up and obviously gapped down. So the couple things we want to watch, and one of the first things is that 1775, let's call it 18, and then obviously this 32 to 34 is going to be very important going forwards. So that's the immediate look right there. Let's take a look at a couple more. All right, here's our monthlies, and take a look at this. And basis this idea I've suggested, let's think about that 02 area as supportive. We know that this is an important low, and unbounces, we want to keep an eye on that. So the beginning of our lowest support level currently for August is this 05.5. And currently that is obviously a big idea. You've got to get through that and stay below it, or else obviously we're still range bound in this last swing. So that's a OTF look, and fairly important look right now. So looking at that, my suggestion already posted in the room is you got to get by 35s as a long. So we're using that as our aggressive resistance area right now. Is a very interesting look on the yearly chart. Note how we've come back 40%. Okay, this 09.5, huge idea right now. So this tail right here is what it's all about, eating into that tail and taking it out. If no can do, then obviously still in that range. So this is you can see the resistance back here. We had talked ad infinitum about that 29.47 last year's high. This contract was the 55. So that we've said has been resistance. And then we wanted this test down here. And you could see how it's taken some time to break through this range, but we are now testing the low of this range. And then obviously any lows below here, below this 9.5, 10 area, but then we'll be testing this low and anything in this bar, and this would be the middle for the year. So this is a very important chart that I'm sure the big traders are watching, and we should too. Okay, and here's our predictive chart. You'll note that we close it right here at that 51.5, 52 area, and then obviously a gap down underneath this level. And so this really is the substantial portion of what's being traded right now. So this is a very important chart, in my opinion, in terms of the predictive, because this 12.5 is a big pivot. And under that, then we start to get to the extreme zone. Now here was our 5-minute chart, and we'd said that we were in the umbrella trade as long as we were under the green, the red, the blue, and the magenta. So my suggestion, if anybody held over, shorted and held over, should be paid already. There's not an insignificant swing from that last swing high back in the 60 area. You know, come on, that's about a 50-point spread. So just using some common sense, my suggestion, anybody that had held over, get paid for sure. And I know you want the big one, but it sometimes you just have to take the gifts that you're given. And obviously, until we break the high, I'm sorry, the close, that close is resistance until broken. So there you have it. There's a look at some of the charts I'm looking at, and hope that helps you out. All right. Let me just finish with, in case you guys are into the NQ, here's the look at the NQ. I think this is a pretty similar idea. You've got, once we broke this, that's a third time through trade, but you want to watch that for clues in terms of a reversal. So 1, 2, third time through and knocked out stops, but this could be an undercut low. So you're going to watch 73.25, that area. And if we break that area, then obviously into the lower zone. And that's the NQ. And anybody wants the RTY, just looking at the widget for the monthlies, and you can see we have done the same thing here. We've taken out. So this is weaker, and we've said this has been much weaker. So you can see that. So we'll do additional analysis, but this tells me right now, don't be a hero with your buys, you know, play a range right now. And if you want an approximate range, figure 05 to 35, you know, you got about a 30-point range there to play around with. All right, be well. Catch you guys later.